Hi there, welcome back to Torment, Tides of Numenera. We're here with Rhin, a young girl that we found, and we want to free her from her fate, her former fate as a slave. So, we're talking to the person who wanted to find her now. That's in Circus Minor. A slave trader. So we assume she maybe had been a slave or was a slave or whatever. And it won't be too long before we reach Tolmagur. Rhin grabs your wrist and stops walking. She's trembling, staring at Tolmagur standing atop the platform.
It's her. Don't take me up there. Don't make me go back to her.
Rhin looks at you, her eyes wide and pleading. What did she do to you? She's a... what's the word? She steals people. Her tone is low and she keeps herself partially hidden behind you. It's clear she doesn't want to attract attention. She found me, said I was her property. Those thugs who were looking for me, she sent them. But I won't go back. I'm never going back. She meets your gaze. You won't let her have me, right? Well, I'll take care of her and make sure you never have to be a slave again. Of course we're opposing that. Just don't kill her, alright? Nobody should get hurt for me. We'll see about that. Rhin, are you coming? Hey there, Tolmagur. There's my little lost bird. Glad you found her. Now, just send her over here and we'll count this job done. I don't want to go, Rhin whispers. We need to talk about this, Tol. No, we don't. Just give me the girl and... She puts her hand to her face. Fine, fine. I didn't want to tell you this, but damn it. She grits her teeth. Here's my dirty secret. And if you tell anyone, I'll burn your flesh and scatter your bones. I am a Castoff, like you. You want to know why I want the girl? It's because she helps control the tides in me. She keeps them from slipping out into the world. Without Rhin, everyone around me gets hurt. Or even killed. If I use an adult for this, they die. So here's the deal. Give me the kid. I'll teach you how to control your tides better. Don't and, well, let's not get into don't, eh? She holds out her hand to Rhin. So you want to hurt Rhin instead? No deal. We'll have to settle this some other way. No, the time for talk is over. Tolmagur stares at you and you feel a sudden swirling in your psyche. A cacophony of dueling emotions. She's doing something with the tides, filling you with sickness and despair. The overwhelming compulsion to lie down and sob. She stops, a grim smile on her face. You want an example of what Castoffs can do? You want to know why I want the girl? She stops me from doing that. Now give her to me. What? Did you just use the tides on me? Is that what you do to Rhin? Tolmagur frequently, she smirks. Do you have a problem with it? Scan thoughts. It's better than the alternative. I'm not a leech or a killer. I'm not. What? You said Rhin keeps your powers from hurting or killing other people. How do you know it won't kill her? She looks away from you, from Rhin. I don't know. I can't bear the thought that it might, but these others here, they are my friends. If I lose Rhin, my powers might kill them. So these slave traders are your friends. Oh, and we should be... Wow. So how can you justify keeping Rhin in your custody? Release your claim. Will convince you. Pretty sure. She grits her teeth. Fine, you've convinced me. You can keep her, but you treat her right, you hear? If I get even a hint that you've made Rhin unhappy, I'll track you across the 9th world. She concentrates a moment, and the miasma that filled your mind lifts. You know what? I'll even live up to my part of the bargain. I'm going to teach you about your tides, because it will help you keep Rhin safe. You ready for this? Alright, let's do it. We're an explorer. We want to know. She fights to keep the despairing sneer on her face. You know I hate all of this Castoff's kissed, yeah? Alright. Alright, so the changing guard, he made us. Maybe not on purpose, maybe we're just an accident, but he made us. He uses the tides to transfer his mind. You felt them, I'm sure, surges of power, emotion, whatever. That's the tides, and they are pushing around inside you. You focus them into something, you can make a weapon out of them. Manifests differently for each of us. Most of us don't think about it, but I figure use every tool at your disposal. She breathes out. Close your eyes. Feel that coiling power in you? That is the tides. Now feel this. I'm going to push a little power at you. Try to fight it off. Your eyes closed. You can see the energy emanating from her. A dark and angry spike of red-hued power that drifts toward you. Instinctively, you raise your hands to bat it away, and she snorts. With your mind, use your tides. As the tidal dagger drifts closer, you feel something inside you uncoiling, a vast and restless power whose depths you can barely comprehend. It's reminiscent of the energy you used to blast the sorrow fragments from your mind, but now you can control it, and you breathe out, pushing her probe away. That's it, she says. That's it. Practice that. She pushes away. We're done. Skill level in tidal affinity. Wow, we're trained in tidal affinity now. Now that I know you're a Castoff, let's talk about you a little more. It's not a core part of my identity, you know. I don't walk around thinking, oh, I'm a Castoff, let me think about my place in the world. She jabs a finger into your chest. I'm my own person, got it? But fine, ask your questions. So... what is it you hope to accomplish with your life? Why become a slaver when you're effectively immortal? She eyes you speculatively. Why? Because it was easy to fall into the life. Because it was a challenge to get good at it. Because I don't particularly care what others think about me. She rakes her hair back. This tattoo, it doesn't define me. I'm not the man who made me. I owe him nothing. I owe you nothing. I owe the world nothing. It's my life. And these are my choices. Well, do we answer to that? I won't argue that choosing your own life is the best cause, but why slavery of all? Because I'm matching myself against the criminal class, because I don't like people, because it's not your damn business. My choices are my own and they are not subject to review. I have no standing to judge your choices, then what gives you the right to judge others? You mean who gives me the right? And the answer's easy. She smiles crookedly. I do. That's the whole point of this exercise, isn't it? My life, my rules. You don't like it, get out of the way. No one's making you deal with me. She spits. If you don't have any other epiphanies you want to share with me, I've got some important none of your business to attend to. Do you know anything about Matkina, by the way? She shrugs. I've heard the name. I know she trades with a bad crowd. I've never met her. Don't know where she lives or who she knows. Never hope to either. Do you know any other Castoffs? I knew Rheastrad Glaive, covered in living metal armor. He had some underworld connections. It didn't end well for him. Last I heard, he scrambled his brain trying to change his past with dodgy Numenera. For the rest of the Castoffs, no, I keep to myself, and I'll thank you to keep my existence a secret. And do you know anything about the sorrow? The what? She looks genuinely puzzled for a moment. Oh, you mean that monster that looks like the night mated with some year-old corpses? I don't. Nothing that would be helpful anyway. I felt it a while back, though. She shivers. Felt it glanced my way. Felt like it told me not yet. She shakes herself free of the memory. But no, I can't help you with anything about it. And about the tides? She eyes you warily. What about them? What's the deal with your followers? They seem a little strange. She gives them a quick glance. They are Rhin filtered, I guess, my tides. I turn my energy outward and it makes most people sick, but Rhin changed that. Instead of making them sick, I gave them hallucinations, pleasant dreams, a euphoria that improves their days. Right now, they're suffering because I've been bleeding off into them. Slowly, bad combination. I'd like to talk about these title searches. Why? It's different for each of us. I can't tell you how the world looks through your eyes or what something tastes like on your tongue. You gotta figure that out on your own. I can't tell you that you don't like meat or that you think, I don't know, fungus is delicious. You see the world your own way. It's what makes you. Why am I even telling you this? It's remedial experiential philosophy. All right. And some other questions. So nothing new. Farewell. Farewell, Tolmagur.
Without doubt.
What could we find out? Maybe let's check about Sophie again. Sophie glowers blankly at the sky, his battered fingers sculpting the air, his lips moving silently. Have you made any progress, man? None. I need to know who the victim was, what drove him. Without that knowledge, how can I capture him in stone? All right. So, the story of Tolmagur was a strange one, but now Tibia wants to talk. Let's have a talk, Tibia.
Helping me free Rhys last. Not that the little ingrate appreciated it.
So, you're a good friend. Rhys is being a fool. I mean, we know you're a cheat, but you're a friend as well. Thank you for that, he says, avoiding your eyes. It's refreshing to be believed. Scan thoughts, he'll work it out eventually, hopefully after I'm gone. What else did you want to talk? Tell me about yourself, Tibia. Sure, so you're a captain? No, what's your story? Oh, the usual. Farm boy joins one war or another. He doesn't die, but gets a sound spanking by the world until he learns to spank it back. So you're a captain? retired, he says, raising his hands in surrender. I've been on my own more or less for a handful of decades now. Still, having a captaincy under your belt opens doors, lifts dresses, and drops trousers, so I tend to wave it around whenever I can. I want to hear more about that background of yours. And I don't blame you, he declares, clapping you on the shoulder, but I'll warn you, I've never had a handle on what people consider too much information. His smile crinkles the corners of his eyes. Never looked for one either. He claps his hands. Go on, ask your questions. I've got answers for everyone. How was your life as a soldier, Tibia? Well, I wasn't the best or the worst, he says with a shrug, but I started at the bottom, fell on the side and ended up a gallows glass on my own. Besides, it's not an easy life, being a mercenary, but you try to fight for causes you believe in and avoid striking blows that aren't deserved, and you try not to fail at both, while the realities of life batter you into new shapes, change you. Scan thought, some of the best days of my life, those, despite the tears. So you said that the realities of life changed you. How? Not one for the light questions, are you? He rubs his hands together. My father raised me to be honest. Well, honesty works on a farm. Animals don't lie to you much, but as a rule. But as a soldier, put it like this. First night in the camp I was mugged by my sergeant and left for dead. All because I thought an honest face meant an honest heart. Scanthos, it's the honest ones you have to watch out for. So, I've adapted my approach over the years. I reward kindness with kindness, cruelty with justice, and foolishness with object lessons on the ways of the world. He winks, but there's something somber here. Everyone has their lessons to learn in this life's best that your teachers are kind men, I always say. Yeah. So, who have you fought for? Woo, he says, with a misty look at the air. I've fought for a number of causes over the years. My first fight was alongside the rugged cattlemen of the plowshares and trying to keep the slave families of the Sagas Protectorate from getting their hands on the bad folks grazing land, he shrugs. But I've been all over the map and off the edges too, having a good times and bad times. Went with the Ailu rebels, the White Company, even fought in the Endless Battle for a while until I figured out my commander was lying to me. Walked away from a hefty purse on that one, I'll tell you, but it was the right thing to do. He winks, and the safest, and the sanest. Scan thoughts should have left even earlier, pay or no pay. So what can you tell me about the Endless Battle? We have only heard gibberish about that. Of course I can, he says, but for a moment it seems he won't. His mouth works, but no words come out. It was more a nightmare than a war, he says at last. We marched out one morning to take a certain hill, and we took it. He winces, then a shivery little ripple crossed the battlefield, and we were back on the march, heading for the same hill, only this time the other side routed us. I lost this arm. He shows it to you smooth and unmarked. You'd think our commander would have given us the rest of the war off, but no. His eyes go hard and grim. She kept making us fight until the waves of time died down, and we took that damn hill and held it. He smiles wearily. I'm certain I died a few times myself, but here I am still, whole and handsome as ever. That's very curious. What's the point of this endless battle? The fighting itself is pointless. All those lads and lasses dying for a cause centuries old. He smirks sadly, his gaze distant. Now, I know I just described any war, but we both know that certain people make a tidy profit from bloodshed on a grand scale. And the endless battle, well, it's endless, and that makes it endlessly profitable. Whoa, thank you for these insights. Let's talk another time then. Absolutely, no problem. So next time, what will we do next time? We'll take Rhin along. Maybe we'll talk to the changing god guys again. We'll have fun. I hope you had too. Thank you for watching. Happy gaming to you. This is Immanuel signing out.